So, will Samantha Panlilio become the first Filipina Miss Grand International? Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Jason Cappuccino of Sashes&Scripts, and today we will be discussing what are the chances of Binibining Pilipinas Grand International Samantha Panlilio in winning the Philippines' first Miss Grand International title. But before we begin, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, and be notified with our latest videos and pageant updates. To provide a backgrounder on Samantha, she is a 25-year-old beauty queen from Cavite, who is born in Cavite but raised and educated in the United States. She is 25 years old, she's 5'5" tall. She is a graduate of Information Management from the University of California, Irvine. And when she joined Binibining Pilipinas earlier this year, she was Binibining Pilipinas #1. Okay, so Samantha, during her Binibining Pilipinas stint, is one of those girls that we included in our, possible crown contenders for any of the remaining titles, any of the 4 titles of the Binibining Pilipinas pageant. And we pegged her initially as a possible candidate for the Miss Globe title or a possible runner-up position. However, during the Binibining Pilipinas finals, she was one of those girls who was able to really give strong Q&A performance during the finals, and that probably cemented her as one of the main winners of this year's batch. After I reviewed her performance during the finals night, I released a video that I will link in above on the overall assessment of the winners. And one of the things that we have said about Samantha is there is a need for her to polish on the performance aspect of her technical skills. She needs to be able to nail the turns. She needs to be able to deliver the poses strongly and have strong transitions from one pose to another, as well as give really international performance level facial transitions as well. And I think that's one of those things that during the break after the coronation and her initial public appearances, she started training on that aspect. I've seen several videos of her practicing her walk, and she has already had that very commanding presence in the way she walks, and a very commanding stance in terms of overall poise. And I think that's one of the reasons why we are kind of excited with her competition coming in starting this mid-November with the culmination on December 4th. Samantha also has one of the more very Filipina faces that seems to be the preference of the Miss Grand International pageant with regards to Filipina reps. We've seen that several Filipinas who had really distinct Asian Filipina beauty were able to make it into the top 5 or make it into the runner-up positions in the pageant. And that's the same with Ali Forbes, with Parulsha, with Elizabeth Clancy, Nicole Cordoves, and Samantha Bernardo. And most of the time, I believe that we've seen a pattern where the more mestiza beauties that we send in the pageant doesn't really make a mark in the competition. In the several years that we've sent candidates and representatives in the Bangkok-based pageants, the times that we did not make it into the semis are all Filipina reps who are mestizas. So that gives Samantha a little bit of a leg up in the competition, because she seems to be the prototype of the kind of girl that the pageant organization and the pageant owners look for in a winner. Now, when it comes to her communication skills, there is not much to say about Samantha, because she is a strong communicator. She is able to articulate her thoughts well. She is able to give meaty answers, and she is able as well to deliver her points succinctly without beating around the bush. And I think that is a very good thing, a very good asset to possess, especially with what happened last 2020th edition, when after the top 5, there suddenly was a sudden death match of a Q&A among the top 3. And I think with, Samantha's strong communication skills, she will be able to sail easily in those speaking rounds of the pageant. Now, let's now talk about her height, because it seems to be that is a major contention among pageant fans about her chances of winning. It can be remembered that Nawat Itirgasil mentioned that he does not care about heights, about skin color or race when selecting a winner. He has mentioned that he is most likely geared towards a girl who is ready to work, someone who is a hard worker, someone who will bring something into the table, some value to the table. And I think that is exactly what Samantha can bring into the table, because even as even earlier on in her pre-pageant career, before she became a pageant queen, she was already a volunteer for the Habitat of Humanity International, where she led a team of volunteers to build houses and renovate houses in poverty-stricken areas in countries like the Philippines, Indonesia, and China. And I think that is a good first base to touch on when it comes to what she's able to bring into the organization. She is a genuine leader in terms of being able to advocate for whatever the pageant is going to to focus on this year. And I think that with Samantha having a lot of work experiences, whether it's in the academe, where at one point in her life she served as a research assistant for the university. She has worked in her family's firm. She has worked as well with other organizations on different different areas of and different industries. So I think that there is a kind of professionalism that we can expect that Samantha is going to bring into the table if she is crowned Miss Grand International. Now, let's also mention the fact that should she win MGI this year, she will also bring into the arsenal, into the table, the Filipino fandom, where the Philippines and the Filipino fandom as a whole is able to generate buzz and attention to the pageant itself. And I think that is a very strong strong asset to bring into the competition and into the crown itself, because they don't need machinery to promote Samantha and what she can do for the organization. All she needs to do is focus on the work, and the Filipino fandom will be able to rally behind her in whatever she does as the next Miss Grand International. And I think that is something that we need to put into consideration in terms of her ability to win the crown. Now, let's now tackle the more tricky aspect of this conversation, and that is the fact that the Filipino fandom does not necessarily have a very smooth sailing relationship with the organization itself. I said this once in a live session with Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry that I don't have any doubts that Samantha is going to be a strong performer, is going to deliver what it needs to deliver, what she needs to deliver in order to secure herself, the Miss Grand International crown. However, I am skeptical about the organization and what they are looking for in a winner. And with that being said, with all due respect to the organization, we have sent really strong girls in the past. Some of them are of Miss Universe caliber, and yet we still failed to win the title. I am not sure what is the exact formula that might be the winning formula when it comes to the Bangkok-based pageant. So I am, being optimistic, but at the same time a bit skeptical with her chances of winning. So I urge everyone to be cautiously optimistic this time, to not expect too much from the pageant itself, but rather rally behind our candidate, rally behind Samantha in her quest to win the crown. Because at this point in time, I believe that all she needs to really secure the title is for the Filipinos to support her in her bid. And the rest will be executed by Samantha. And I believe that she has a game plan that's in play, that's going to be executed in the Bangkok-based pageant when the pre-pageant activities start. Let us now talk about Samantha and the pressure to win. Of course, there is going to be pressure to be able to follow up with with the Miss Globe win of Maureen Montaigne and the Miss Intercontinental win of Cindy Obenita. The thing about about pressure though is that it can break or it can make a person, and it's all dependent on how Samantha takes those pressure and motivate herself. I believe that Samantha is capable, more than capable, of giving us a very good representation in the Miss Grand International stage. The only thing that I think she will be needing from us is support on votings. And despite what happened in the 2020th edition, that we always come second place in the votings, and is still so close, but it's still so far, and it's still so far. I think that we still need to rally behind Samantha in that aspect. With a lot of the pre-pageant reliant on social media following and social media support, I think this is now the right time that we continue whatever support that we have had for Maureen and for Cindy, and give it now to Samantha in her quest to win the first Miss Grand International title. And imagine the scenario where all crowned winners of the Binibining Pilipinas pageant becomes international winners. I think that will give a really, really big boost to any Filipino rep in the respective competitions later on this year or even until next year. And also, I think that if Samantha is able to win the Miss Grand International title, I think that will be the start of a improvement on the relationship of the Filipino fandom with the MGI organization itself. So I think that's all I wanted to say about this topic. This is the end of the video and the end of discussion regarding this topic. And I hope that whatever sour feelings that we have from past grievances with the pageant, we are able to compartmentalize our support of the pageant with our support for Samantha. It is possible naman na supportahan natin si Samantha while not have a great relationship with the org itself, because I think if we are able to separate those things, mas magiging magaan yung magiging competition ni Samantha later on, and mas magiging magaan yung kanyang pagkikipag-compete sa international na stage. So I hope that may napulot kayong aral, or may napulot kayong magandang impormasyon dito sa video na ito. And I hope that you keep on subscribing to our channel. Malapit na tayong mag 1K na subscribers, and I hope that you will continue to support us in our YouTube channel. So see you again in the next video, and take care everyone. Bye-bye.